Shabbat Sholom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good to see you here. We're going to begin on page 10.
Yedi nefesh avorachaman mishoch avdach eretz zonach yarutz avdach kemo hayam yishtachaveh mul hadarach ki erav lo iditutach minofet suv vechol ta'am yigalena ufros aviv alai et sukkah shelomach ta'ir eretz mikvodach nagila v'nismecha bach maher ahuv ki b'moed v'choneni ki be'olam dai 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 yada dai 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 yada dai 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 yada dai 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 yada dai 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 yada dai 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 dai.
We continue page 11.
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu lechu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, naria, letzui shenu, likad mafana betoda. Naria, naria, letzui shenu. Bismiro Narialo, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Lechu Neranena, Ladonai, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Lechu Neranena, Ladonai.
We turn to page 12.
40 שנה קוד בדור, ואומרם תוהה לבבם, והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשפטתי ועל פי, אם יבואון אל מנוחתי. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, Bazru miyom leyom Yeshuato.
Page 14.
Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yehiram hayam, Yehiram hayam, Yehiram hayam umelo. Yehiram hayam, Yehiram hayam, Yehiram hayam umelo. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ. יירם הים, יירם הים, יירם הים ומלואו. יירם הים, יירם הים, יירם הים ומלואו.
We turn to page 18, Zamu Ladonai.
זמרו לאדוני בכינור, בכינור וכל זמרה, בחצוצרות וכל שופר. הריעו לפני המלך אדוני. זמרו לאדוני בכינור, בכינור וכל זמרה, בחצוצרות וכל שופר. הריעו לפני המלך אדוני. יירם הים ומלואו, תבל ויושביבה. נהרות ימחאו כף יחד, הרים ירננו. לפני אדוני כי בא לשפוט הארץ. ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים במישרים. יירם הים ומלואו, תבל ויושביבה. נהרות ימחאו כף יחד, הרים ירננו.
We continue page 20.
Nai 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 yai nai 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 yai nai 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 yai nai 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 yai nai 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 nai. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu.
Let us please rise and we continue page 21.
Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'ne'elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz. Ay, 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 havu l'Adonai kevod shemo yishtachavu l'Adonai b'hadrat kodesh kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavod iri. בכוח, איי איי איי, כל אדוני בהדר, כל אדוני שובר ארזים וישבר אדוני את ארזי לבנון ויקידם כמו עגל לבנון וציון כמו בן רמים, כמו בן רמים, איי איי איי, כל אדוני רוצה לבודש, כל אדוני יקיל מדבר, יקיל אדוני מדבר קדש, כל אדוני יכול יעלות ויחשוף יערות ובחלום כולו אומר כבוד, איי איי איי, אדוני למה בו ישב וישב, אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. ניי 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 ניי, איי איי איי, ניי ניי ניי, יא ניי 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 ניי, יא ניי 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 ניי, יא ניי ניי ניי, ניי 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 ניי.
Let us please be seated. We turn to page 22, Ana Bekoach. Mighty Holy One, in your abundant goodness, guide your people. Listen to our pleas, hear our cries, knowing the hidden depths within us.
Ana Bekoach, Bekoach, Gedulat Yemincha, Yemincha. Tatet serura kaberina tamcha, sagvenu tarenu nora. Ana bechoach, bechoach, gedulat yemincha, yemincha. Tatet serura kaberina tamcha, sagvenu tarenu nora. Ana bekoa gedulat yemincha, tatet serura kaberina tamcha, rina tamcha, sagvenu tarenu nora. Na gibor dorshe Yehudcha kivavat shomrem barchem taharem rachamem sidkatecha tamid gomlem. Ana bekoa gedulat yemincha, tatet serura, kabel rina tamecha, sagvenu tarenu nora. Nai 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 nai. Nai 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 nai.
We turn to page 23.
Nai 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 nai. Nai 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 lecha dodi elikrakala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi elikrakala b'nei Shabbat nekabela shamor v'zachor בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד השם ותפארת ולתחילה לך דודי לקרקלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכוונך כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נשוך סוף מעשיה במחשבת תחילה לך דודי לקרקלה פני שבת נקבלה מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה קומיצייה מתוך בקרב לשבת בעמק הבכה וכולי יחמול עלי כמלה לך דודי לקרקלה פני שבת נקבלה היא נערי מעפר קומי לבשי בגדיה תפארתך מעל יד בן ישעיה בן הלך מקרבה אל נפשי נפשי גאלה לך דודי לקרקלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקרקלה פני שבת נקבלה לא תבושיה ולא תקמי מה תשתוכחיה ומה תקמי בה ככסו אני אאמין ונבנתה עיר עתידה לך דודי לקרקלה פני שבת נקבלה והיו לשמסה שעושייך ורחקו כל מבלייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כמזחוץ חתן חתן הכלה לך דודי לקרקלה פני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תעריצי על יד איש בן הפרצי ונשמחה ונגילה לך דודי לקרקלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום התרפלה גם בשמחה ובצולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקרקלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקרקלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated, and we turn now to page 27.
מזמור שיר, מזמור שיר, מזמור שיר ליום השבת. מזמור שיר, מזמור שיר, מזמור שיר ליום השבת. טוב טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, ואמונתך בלילות. טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, ואמונתך בלילות. טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני.
We turn now to page 28.
צדיק התמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו, עוד ינובון בשיבה, שנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד, כי ישר אדוני צורי צורי, ולא עוולתה בו. אדוני מלך גאות לבש, לבש, אדוני עוזית הזר, אף תיכון תבל בל תימוד, אף תיכון תבל בל תימוד. נכון כיסך מאז, מעולם אתה. נשאו נהרות אדוני, נשאו נהרות כולם, יישאו נהרות דוק ים, מקולות מים רבים, אדירים משברי ים. אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נאווה קודש. אדוני לאורך ימים, אדוני לאורך ימים, מקולות מים רבים, אדירים משברי ים. אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני.
Please rise for Baruch, which is on page 39.
Nai nai na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai nai, ya na nai 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 nai, ya na nai nai, ya na nai, Nai nai na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai nai. Yada dai 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 yada dai dai yada dai. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed Yadadai Nai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai Yadadai Nai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai Yadadai Umavir yom umevi laila Umavdil ben yom uvein laila Adonai tzivahot shemo Adonai tzivahot shemo Il chai v'kayam tamid yimloch Aleinu leolam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravi.
Page 40.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot u'kimu mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu V'shokvenu kumeinu Nasiach v'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'v'mitzvotecha Le'olam va'ed Ki chem chayenu ve'orek yameinu Ve'orek yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla Ve'avatecha atasir minuni le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha B'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele Asher anochi mitzavecha Hayom al levavecha V'shinantam levanecha V'dibarta bam B'shivtecha b'beitecha U'v'lechtecha v'aderech U'v'shokbecha u'v'kumecha U'kshaktam leot al yedecha Ve'hayu letotafot bein einecha U'ktavtam Osuzo beitecha U'visharecha Ve'hayam im shemot
Lema'an tizkeru ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'ayitem kedoshim le'Elohechem, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
We turn to page 44.
Nai 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 nai. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osei pele, nora tehilot osei pele. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, ze'eli anu ve'amru, Ze'elianu ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Nai 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 nai.
Hashkivenu, page 45.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzeitenu uvoenu lechaim ushalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
Please rise as we continue, page 46.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני וביני בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה קידותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן הקריב יאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר וירומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שם לקדושה בריחו לילה, מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ויאמרו Amen.
The Amidah for Shabbat in the night begins on page 47, and this is a silent prayer. When you finish, you may be seated. continue page 51.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך Tasim leolam, tasim leolam, tasim leolam.
Together we pray for peace with Osa Shalom, page 52.
Oh, say shalom b'romav, Uyah say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imiru amen. Oh, say shalom b'romav, Uyah say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imiru amen. Oh, say shalom b'romav, Uyah say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imiru amen. Oh, say shalom b'romav, Uyah say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imiru amen. Oh, say shalom b'romav, Uyah say shalom ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imiru amen. Oh, say shalom b'romav, Uyah say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imiru amen.
Page 54. Kaddish Shalem.
Yitkanam Hashem me Rabba ve'amad divra kedute ve'amlik malchute b'chaye choni v'mechoni v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kari v'imiru amen. Yehesh me Rabba mevarach le'alam olal me'al maya Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yom v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yidlai v'yitalal shemeri kudisha b'richu le'ein lamin kol barakata v'shirata tushbekata v'nechamata damiran me'alma v'imru Amen. Titkabal slotahon va'utahon kol Yisrael kodama v'honu v'shamaya v'imru Amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'romav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru
As you know, TBS had a group of congregants who went to visit Israel right now, even in her time of war. And we are fortunate tonight because we have two speakers who are going to tell us a little bit about their experience. First is Ami Lashevsky, congregant extraordinaire. Here you go.
And I'm Harry Sealfon.
And we had a great time. That's it. Now I can go? Go ahead. Thank you. This is the first time in many years that I've been speaking in front. I'll eat it, okay? This is the first, is that more better? Okay. This is the first time in many years that I've been speaking in front of a congregation. The last time was at my bar mitzvah. Don't laugh. And it is going to be 73 years next week since that bar mitzvah. So it's pretty apropos that it's coming at this time. Before we left, and I'll come back to this later, Rabbi Goodman said that you guys are going to feel better when you come back. I'll finish it up. And I said, no way. And it wasn't until 3 minutes ago when I said to my wife, you know, maybe he was right. Maybe I do feel better now because I did go. The trip started off on Monday in Israel. And what we did on Monday was just like normal touristy stuff. We went to the Kotel. We meandered down to Montefiore's windmill, saw his reconstructed coach. Well, I don't know why that's there, but it's apparently a big thing. And then, a nice thing, we went to the new National Library of Israel, and that was beautiful. It was beautiful. They have ancient manuscripts up the galore, and it was really, really nice. It was touristy stuff. And I said to myself, this isn't what I came here for. It started the next morning, early. Got in the elevator to go down to breakfast. I'm on the 4th floor, and there's this guy on the elevator, and he says to me in an Israeli accent, where do you come from? I said, that's a wise guyish. I didn't say wise guyish. I said wise something else, sort of a thing, you know, but I said, I come from Las Vegas, Nevada. He said, didn't say anything. He said, just nodded his head. So I said to myself, if he could be a wise guy, I could be a wise guy. And I said to him, where do you come from? He says, Storot. All of a sudden, everything changed. And I said, I'm so sorry for what happened to you people over there. I'm here with a group of people from my synagogue, and we're here to show you that we're with you. And I stopped. For the next 3 minutes, and that's a long time when you think about it, just talking one-on-one. The next 3 minutes, he thanked me profusely. We were standing in the lobby of the hotel, and he's still thanking me and everybody else for coming, for showing up, for showing support for Israel, for showing support to the people in Storot. And I said, I can't believe he's praising me, but Yeah, I can understand that. We went to Nova after breakfast. It's a big field. And if it wasn't for these pop-up little photos on, you wouldn't know that anything happened over there. We went from there to Kfar Aza. That was awful. That was horrible. We started out, and you see some buildings, homes, with bullet pockmarks in them. And then you go to the next street, and you see windows blasted out, doors torn off. You couldn't go in the homes, but you could see that they were ransacked from the street. One house we passed by had about 7, maybe 8 yahrzeit candles in front of it, showing what happened at that particular house. Roofs blown up, houses burned. It was just block after block after block like that. Some of the people could still smell the smoke, and I didn't, but some of the people said they could. And we saw the gate where the terrorists breached the community. And it wasn't, there were homes not further from the gate than from here to the door, over there. I had no idea what was taking place. It was just an awful, awful sight. Later on in that day, in the evening time, we came to one of the good things, but I'm going to save the good things until the last because that's where it was. Next day, we went to Tel Aviv, and we saw the Hostage Square or Hostage Park, and there were 2 things over there that just struck me so much. One was the, I don't know what you call it, big electric timekeeping thing that said how many days, how many hours, how many minutes, how many seconds since this happened. And there were hundreds of people in that park, Israelis, just coming over there and looking at that every day. Think of that. In that park also, there was, and this you can find, could have found in other cities also, there was a long table, from here to the door again, give or take. And it was set, plates, silverware, napkins, about 150 place settings over there. That was for when the hostages returned. They were ready. You know, and you felt at that time really a lot of felt feelings, but that's sort of, I don't know how to say it better.
And the message is on the shirt, return them home now. And that's the whole essence of the Hostage Square and the dog tags that a lot of people have. Bring them home now, which I think is more of a demand of Hamas than it is of the government, but I'm not sure.
I'm not going there. Okay. That evening, we went to Ramla to have dinner, and Michael Oren was there to speak to the group. I don't know if any of you know who he is. He's former ambassador to the U.S. from Israel, a magnificent speaker. Unfortunately, Gail and I could only hear about 15, 20 minutes of his speech because we had to go to a kibbutz in Bet Shemesh where my family from all over Israel, at least 30 of them, came to help celebrate my birthday, which was that night. So I'm sorry that I missed Michael Oren, but boy, was that a hell of a night with my family. The next morning, Thursday morning, we met in the meeting room in the Don Panorama Hotel where we were staying. 4 ladies who were staying at another Don Hotel, the Don Boutique, evacuees from a small town up north right next to the Lebanese border, a town called Shlomi, evacuated from there. They went without clothes on their back. One of them said that her baby did not have shoes, but Nonetheless, they ran away because they saw Hezbollah soldiers not far from them in Lebanon, but they saw them massing over there. Their houses were being shelled. They left. And what they said was, what Israel has done for us, what the people of Israel, and this is the good part, what the people of Israel have done for us has just been unbelievable. The Don Boutique Hotel had given them and about 50 other families rooms for them and their family, 3 meals a day for as long as it took until they could go back home. The Don Panorama, where we were staying, had done the same thing to, I think, about 75, maybe more families. The same thing from down south, doing the same thing. Go back to Tuesday night. We went to a moshav, and for the life of me, I forget the name of it. Tekuma?
Moshav Tekuma.
Thank you. And for one reason or another, the terrorists had passed right by them on the going north. They did not do anything to them. They had Thai workers over there. It was a moshav, not a kibbutz. They had Thai people working there. And among the people who were kidnapped, there were several Thai people. Among the people who had been killed, there were several Thai people. So the government of Thailand ordered the remaining Thais to come home. They did. They had no way, these people had no way to pick their crops or anything like that. What they did instead was they went out and bought pizza ovens. And every day they baked between 250 and 300 pizzas. And these pizzas are delivered to the troops in Gaza. Think of that, what they're doing. They also opened up a restaurant, and I think it must have been the living room of their house. And they feed these soldiers as they go down for their reserve duty, as they go back up. They know, the soldiers know that they can come there for lunch and dinner, no cost whatsoever. They're just doing it for them. And while we were there, and by the way, the synagogue has donated 2 nights' worth of food for those 2 people, to keep on serving so it won't be out of their pocket anymore. And
so we also helped make pizzas for the soldiers, and it's traditional that you write a note on the inside top of the box, a note of support for the soldiers, but we did not deliver the pizzas to Gaza.
No, we did not do that, no. And there were a lot of soldiers there. There were 50, 60, maybe more soldiers. We were there from different outfits, together, men, women, together. And we sat down with them, and we talked with them. And I was going to say to a man, but because there were women there, to a person, they were so thankful that we were there. They kept on thanking us. You guys are so great. You're so wonderful. You're this, you're that. And we're saying, you guys are doing all the work. You're fighting. We're just here to show support. No, it's a wonderful thing. It means so much to us. Think of that. These guys are out there fighting, dying, being killed, wounded, whatever. And they're thanking us for showing up to give them a little bit of moral support. Israel just came together so much. Oh, they also had a warehouse there that people donated to, and that soldiers, if they needed it, could pick up ponchos, could pick up boots, could pick up this. No cost whatsoever. The down, in addition to Kfar Aza, the one down thing. Go back to these 4 women who told us their story about from Shlomi and how they came over there, and they really felt this. They thanked us for coming over there. In fact, they even gave us each a little gift for us. The The one thing that I came away with, the negative thing from that meeting with them, was they said the government of Israel was awful. They didn't use that word, but it was government of Israel in our vernacular sucked. Okay? The government of Israel did not reach out to them. The government of Israel didn't know where they were. The government of Israel didn't know what they were doing. It was just, they felt so abandoned by the government because of their being there, and there was nothing coming from the government to them. But to counteract that, and I just realized that a few minutes ago, as I said, the wonderful camaraderie, the wonderful vibe that is going on in Israel from one person to another, giving this, giving that, doing the other thing. My cousin is in a kibbutz down in the southern part of Negev, but it's closer to Jordan. And they took in 75 families, okay? So it's being done all over. And, you know, I'm happy that I went. And people say to me, why? Tell me what you thought of it. And I said, I can't say great, I can't say off. It was meaningful. It was meaningful. And I felt so much for them, and I'm so happy that I went.
I would like to talk with a different perspective. Every place in the country that you go, there's big signs, B'yachad nenatzeach, meaning together we will win. And we were told that 80% of Israelis are volunteering to help the soldiers and the cause and the evacuees. And our group was only one of at least a dozen or 24 groups that have gone to Israel, most of them Jewish, but many of them the evangelical groups, and they're more serious about this than we were, actually. And but I think this togetherness, they're volunteering and we're volunteering, so we're showing that we're together with them. But I think also we as a group from the temple, many of us didn't know each other, and we grew together as a group, as b'yachad, together to help the people in Israel. And if you go around the country, except for the Gaza border or the Hezbollah border, it's business as usual. It just looks like it always has. I've been there 7 times, and it looked the same that it did every other time, except emotionally, everyone is traumatized. And it's very important for them to get any support that they can from people in the United States, because we're important to them. And not everyone can go on a mission, but you can make donations. You can volunteer in one way or another, and I think it is important to continue to show support because they really need it. And I think when everything is over, hopefully in a few months, that then the healing has to begin, and that's not going to be easy. I want to say a few more things, but I just want to interject that if you have any questions, we would be happy to answer them. So feel free when we're done to ask any questions if you have them. One night, we went to a wedding reception for a 19-year-old soldier who got married, and his bride was certainly no older than 19. She could have been younger.
I didn't make it.
Oh, you didn't make it. Oh, that's why you didn't talk about it.
Yes.
And the groom for the entire party never took his M4 rifle off his shoulder. He kept it with him all the time. And any place you go in the country, there's soldiers every place. I took the train from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv, the fast train that gets there in 35 minutes. And sitting across from me, the seats face each other, soldier with a rifle with a grenade launcher on top of it. And across the way, there's a soldier with an M4 rifle. And then up on the next level, 10 more soldiers carrying their rifles. So there's a huge military presence every place, which makes you feel safe as long as you're not on the border. So that's the nature of the game right now. Is the military is very important, and it was a great feeling to help them and to make them feel supported when every time you go as a tourist, you feel safe because they're protecting you, and now in some way we can give back. We also visited the national office of the Magen David Adom, the Red Cross, and the National Blood Bank, which is 3 levels underground and supposedly is built to withstand a nuclear attack, because if the country's attacked, blood is the most important thing. So they have trucks and machines and supplies of blood way underground, protected, and it's quite impressive. Anything they do is so high-tech, from the blood bank to the library to the parking garage at Hadassah Hospital. They don't have much space, so it's built like a Ferris wheel, and the cars go up and around. You press the button, and your car comes to the opening so you can pull it out. I mean, who thinks of these things? It's amazing. So, to summarize, I would say that it was just totally meaningful to feel like we were giving something back, and it's something I'll never forget. So, does anybody have any questions?
There'll be time afterwards to ask you questions, but I want to thank you so much, Harry and Ami, for sharing your story. It's very, very powerful, and I know I was in Israel not that much longer before you, and I had the similar feeling. Just being there was, it just felt so special, so thank you.
Am Yisrael Chai.
If you want to ask questions at the Oneg privately, we'll be here.
Thank you again. Let us turn now to page 73. For Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
I'd like to invite any kids who are still here in the room tonight to come up to the bima for Kiddush. And everyone else, you may turn to page 55 to follow along.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei puri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu
zikaron lemase bereshit
ki hu yom tehila Migrae Kodesh, Zecher Letziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu Bacharta, Ve'otanu Kidashta, Mikol Hamim, Ve'shabbat Kodshecha, Be'ahava uvratzon, Hinchatanu, Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
Now for the challah. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. We continue with Aleinu, page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula le'otzer boreshit, shelo asanu kri'ei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo samchalkenu kachem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שם נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ אוקיי, נקבל לך אלוהינו וזכר כגדו בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Temple Beth Sholom is acknowledging the yard sites tonight of Marcus Berman, Sina Bernstein, Irving Braverman, Frank Brown, Jean Kaplan, Sidney Chaplin, Gerald D. Chiss, Andrew DeVore, Esther Eskenazi, Dr. E.J. Fieldman, Barbara Fields, Pearl Feinberg, Golda Foreman, Robert L. Frost, Miriam Gizmote, Joseph S. Goldberg, Norma Golden, Ruth Goldfarb, Nestor Goldman, Mac Goldstein, Harry Gordon, Rebecca Gordon, Abraham Gordon, Martin Hager, Samuel Ralph Hirschfield, Harriet Jackler, Joseph Jaffe, Larry Katz, Miriam Katzoff, Michael Landau, Lillian Lantone, Selma Levitt, David Loban, Ruth Lubitz, Louis Malin, Audrey Merkin, Arnold Moses, Margaret Ofek, Martin Ogins, Jack Ohana, Ruth Panter, Gertrude Reiner, Uriah Philip Roddy, Maurice Sharkey Rosenthal, Vera Rosenthal, Sydney Schiffman, Homa Jessica Shadpour Michelson, Lillian Shakin, Evelyn Shirley Silver, Benjamin Michael Solomon, Clara Stearns, Ethel Stewart, Harry Toporek, Jacob Wyman, Moshe Israel Wineapple, Bernard Weisberg, Harry Wiederhorn, Alfred Winkser, and Louis Zanoff. Mourners and those observing Yahrzeit have the opportunity now to say Kaddish, which is found on page 58. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divra chirute ve'amlich malchute, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Israel, ba'agala uvizman kari ve'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ule'omei almaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitbar ve'yitramam ve'yitnaseh. Ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'yichu. Le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata. Tush bechata ve'nechemata. Damiran be'alma ve'imru. Amen. Yehi shlomo Rabbah min shemaya ve'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen. Ose shalom bimramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru. Amen. We now have an opportunity to hear from Dan Sapochnik, a member of the board.
Shabbat Shalom. Please join us tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for Shabbat morning services. During the week, please join us in the Steinberg Chapel for Morning Minyan. Morning Minyan will be at 9 a.m. on Sunday and at 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. Next Saturday is Tat Shabbat with song leader Sonia Elkish at 10:30 a.m. in the Steinberg Chapel. Faith Under Fire, a soldier's sacrifice, unveiling the heroic journey of a Christian soldier in the IDF, will be next Friday during services. Sergeant First Class Uriah Bayer, of blessed memory, a commando in the Maglan unit, died of wounds sustained in fighting in southern Gaza. An evangelical Christian who volunteered to serve, Bayer and his family moved to Israel from Germany to help Holocaust survivors, hoping to heal, bring about change, and atone for what happened to the Jewish people during World War II. Come and listen to his sister, Captain Odilia Bayer, tell their story. Radical Torah with Rabbi Felipe Goodman will meet at noon on Monday, February 19th. A light lunch is served. This study session is for Temple Beth Sholom members. Sunday, February 25th, Senior USY presents Escape Room and Escapability for all high school members. For Kadima members in 4th to 7th grade, the Kadima Kinnis, is that right? Kinnis, okay. Sam Kinnis. Kadima Kinnis will be at Camp Stein in Prescott, Arizona from March 29th through March 31st. Thursday, February 15th at 6:30 p.m., Hebrew Literacy with Larry Wiederhorn will meet in the boardroom. Saturday, February 18th is Temple Beth Shalom's Men's Club Bowling at the Suncoast Casino. Sunday, March 3rd, in the Men's Club of Temple Beth Shalom, along with Jewish Nevada, brings the two biggest in-city Jewish poker tournaments together to decide the ultimate high roller to benefit the Hebrew Free Loan Society. Sunday, March 10th at noon, Women's League of Temple Beth Shalom would hold Women's League Torah Fund honoring Allison and DJ Sinai. Details for these events can be found in your Shabbat handout and weekly Temple Beth Shalom email. Following services, please join us for Oneg in the small social hall. If you're new visiting Temple Beth Shalom, please meet with a board of directors sitting at the table with a blue tablecloth. If you know of a temple member who is in the hospital, ill at home, or in a nursing home, please contact the temple office to let us know. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Just an FYI, Allison and I are completely honored to be honored at the Torah Fund Luncheon next month. Just an FYI, you don't have to be a member of Women's League to come. You don't have to even be a woman to come. It is open to men and women. So we would be honored if you would join us for that luncheon in March. The contact information is in your handout.
And another reminder, the Tot Shabbat next Saturday is with Sonia Elkish and me, Rabbi Michelson. So even if you're not a Tot, but you're still a kid, you can come to Tot Shabbat, 10:30 next Saturday. Also, there's a class that I am teaching on February 22nd at 6:30 p.m. It's the Intro to Judaism class. So if you're a member in that class, remember to come on Thursday, February 22nd. Thank you. We now conclude our service with Adon Olam, which is found on page 211.
Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzeh nivra le'nasav efso kol azai melech shemo nikra ve'acharein hitlot hakol levado himlok nora ve'hu haya ve'hu hove ve'hu yeh b'tifara ve'hu echad ve'en sheni להמשיל לו להגבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא האות והמשרה והוא אלי וחי גואלי בצור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא בידו הפקיד רוחי בהייתי שר בהירה ועם רוחי כביעתי אדוני לי ולא יירא.
Let us come together and embrace as we share the warmth and beauty and the light of Shabbat.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך יאיר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך יישא אדוני פניו אליך ויעשה לך Shalom. Nai 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 ya nai 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 nai
Adonai yevarech et amo b'shalom. Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom. Odevo shalom aleinu. Odevo shalom aleinu. Odevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Odevo shalom aleinu. Odevo shalom aleinu. Odevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Odevo shalom aleinu. Odevo shalom aleinu. Odevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
Dan.
Odevo shalom aleinu. Odevo shalom aleinu. Odevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.